My YouTube, it's your boy Cameron, back at it again with another video. And today's video, man, we'll be talking about Battlefield 5. There are some serious problems in Battlefield 5 right now, and I'm going to talk about the good and the bad, about the state of the game in the moment. But first, let's get why people clicked on this video. Let's talk about the things I don't like. The things I don't like in Battlefield 5 right now are the bugs. There is a lot of bugs in this game that are pretty bad, honestly. Like, there is a bug where some of the enemies, they don't render in. They look like fucking Crash Bandicoot and like some PlayStation 1 graphics where you can't even see them. All you could really see is like the helmet and like an arms. Honestly, it looks like some Paranormal Activity shit. Alright, there's some Crash Bandicoot action, and that's really annoying because those characters, when you shoot at them, your bullets either go through them or they kill them instantly or you die from some fucking Crash Bandicoot looking motherfucker. And that shit is annoying. Okay, like, they need to fix that, because, let me get this out of the way. The graphics in this game are beautiful. They're the best graphics I've ever seen. DICE has always made very, very graphically impressive games. Like, impressive games, man. Like, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is very graphically impressive. That game is lame, but I could be biased because I don't really like Star Wars. But it's very, very graphically impressive. Alright, impressive. I keep saying impressive. It's very graphically impressive. Same thing with Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 is breathtaking. It's probably the best looking game I've ever seen of all time. It's the best looking game I've ever seen. It's beautiful, alright? But this is a major problem, and you need to fix it ASAP. Because I think there's been 1 or 2 updates, and it's still a problem. Okay, this needs to be fixed ASAP, because it's very, very annoying. I don't know if you guys are the only people experiencing it, or if I'm the only people experiencing it, but I hate it. They need to get rid of it. They need to fix it, and it's really annoying, and it's a big problem. And another thing, I think the audio needs to be fixed. The audio in Battlefield 5 from launch has been shit. That is my number one issue, okay? Because someone will be sprinting right next to you, and you won't hear them, okay? And I play with headset on, because obviously I record, so I need to have a headset. But it's ridiculous. The audio is fucking horrendous in this game, and it needs to be fixed ASAP. Because here's the thing about Battlefield 5. Their PR campaign before the game launched was probably the worst PR campaign except for Star Wars Battlefront 2. It was terrible. And they dug themselves into a fat ditch with this. You know, pleasing the SJW crowd, which was fucking retarded. Telling people that if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's just fucking retarded. Alright? And I've been on record saying that I really don't care that you can be a fucking woman in a PvP shooter. Because who the hell really plays the story mode in Battlefield? I have never played a Battlefield game story mode, ever. I don't give a shit about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people say, oh, what do you think about the Little Mermaid shit? Like, I don't give a fucking shit about that. Because it doesn't affect me. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit about it. So, I only care about the PvP part of Battlefield. That's the only thing I care about. Okay? So, if you want to edit your character and you want to be a girl in a World War II shooter, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just making the character look like you or look similar to you. So I don't care about that. That's really not something I give a shit about. My thing I do give a problem about is them saying if you don't like it, don't buy it. That was retarded. That was really, really retarded. They should have said, look, we only added that part in the game to please, you know, some girls that maybe play our game. That's why there's no SJW bullshit behind it. If I'm making a World War II shooter, and yeah, probably in this day and age, I would add, you know, you could edit your character to be a female. But people ask, why would you do that? And I'll say, look, it's not political, it's not revisionist history, it's nothing like that. It's just saying, look, if you want to fucking make your character look like you can make your character look like you. That is the only fucking reason it is in the game, and that is why it's in the game. If they said something like that, I'll be like, alright, fantastic answer, and their sales would have been great. Because this game is miles better than Battlefield 1. It's not even a fucking comparison. Play Battlefield 1 and then play Battlefield 5. Alright? Your mind will get blown. Okay? And just give this game a chance if you're hating on it. Because if you're just hating on it blindly and have never played it, you're just a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, dude. And you're just as bad as people, these SJWs letting politics influence their gaming. In order to get politics out of games, we should just not give a shit about the noise, okay? Not give a shit about the noise. Yes, speak up against SJW bullshit. But other than that, just play the game and enjoy the game for what it is, okay? say, look, I fucking hate the SJW stuff. It's fucking lame. And raid EA's page with that shit. But I honestly don't care. I disassociate politics and video games. It's ridiculous at this point. Everything has to be fucking political. And this is a different video. Alright, this is a different video. But that's the one thing I care about. That's the one thing that I'm going to say. But another problem. Another problem. It's too late, in my opinion. Okay? We got the updated roadmap, which is great. You know? Firestorm is out there, and I'm going to talk about that right after this point. But we got the updated roadmap, which is great. You know, but they really need to hit the ground running right now and just flood the game with maps. That's what they have to do. Because the problem with Battlefield 5 is Firestorm really, really drags this game down. And I know a lot of people enjoy Firestorm and they think it's great, but I think Firestorm is terrible. It drags this game down, and it has been a huge reason why even Battlefield players who disregarded the comments made by EA, which were fucking stupid, and are fed up with this game. And you know, they're finally getting what they want, and the reason they bought this game. But that's the reason they've been fed up for so long. Okay? The glitches are a big deal, and that's the one thing that I really hate. I love everything else, but this is a problem, dude. This is a huge problem. I think that fuck Firestorm, you shouldn't even update it. You should just let it die. Okay? It's ridiculous. Because think about it. If they had Firestorm at launch, not only would have the game sold better and it would have hopped on the dying Battle Royale trend, because that's what the trend is the Battle Royale nowadays. And not only would they gone onto that buzz and it would have sold significantly better, but their game would have been way farther off than it is now. I think Tides of War, if everything happened in the game's development perfectly, I think it was great that they took a month off and released it a month later in November, I believe. But Tides of War would have probably been on its way a lot further along than it is now. This is what I would say. Because the first chapter got released, 2-3 weeks after launch, and we got a map in the first chapter, which was fantastic. I think there would still have been four chapters, 3 chapters. 4 chapters or 3 chapters? Yeah, this is the 4th chapter, okay? So some shit like that. Alright, we would have been still on this chapter, but there would have been way more maps, and I believe there would have been at least 2 more factions, instead of just these Germans and British. I believe there probably would have been Italians, and maybe even Russians. I think that would have been in the game by now, but now they're so fucking waterlogged from Firestorm, which is a development nightmare. It took, 2 months, 3 months for that to come out, and that had buzz for like a week, and then it kind of just died off, and no one cares about Firestorm anymore. So that waterlogged development a lot. So now we have, from map post-launch, Panzerstorm, Mercury, Al Sundown, or Sundun, or I don't know what the fuck it is, and the new map that's coming out. I forgot what it's called, but it's coming out in July. I think, probably coming out next week sometime, I believe. And that's going to be awesome. I'm glad that we finally got 2 maps in the span of a month. That's fantastic. This is how I think Battlefield should go on presenting itself. I think, look, you're free to play DLC is fantastic. You have that leg up on Call of Duty. That's great. It was executed poorly, very, very poorly in Star Wars Battlefront, but it's executed greatly in Battlefield 5. And this is how I think it's gonna be. Since they're releasing more and more maps, I think they should release at least 3 to 4 maps a chapter. I know that's a lot to ask for, but dude, you gotta hit the ground running. And this won't be for the whole game life cycle. This will be maybe for the next 2 to 3 chapters. Then it'll be like, okay, fantastic. There we go. Because I'm glad, and now we're getting to the stuff I do like. I'm glad that the updated roadmap has announced that new factions will be coming out in the fall. We're getting Japan and America and the Pacific, which I cannot wait for. I'm so excited to see that. But they just need to hit the ground running right now. Okay? These next 3 chapters, they have to go balls to the walls crazy. Honestly. New maps like every month. 3 to 4 new maps a month. Because here's the thing. With the Pacific Theater, you're already going to have probably 2 to 3 maps at launch of Chapter 4 or Chapter 5, whatever it is, in the fall. Just to make a grand operation and to add some variety to the biomes in the map. Because we have desert and, like, Europe shit, grasslands, and 1 and 2 snow maps, okay? So there we go. You need to add some, buy different biomes. So I say you hit the ground running. 3 maps just off the start for the Pacific Theater, okay? And then, now going back to this chapter, you already have 2 maps. You have Al Sundan, which takes place in Morocco, another desert map. And now you're having a map that looks like it takes place in France. It looks really, really awesome. I'm pretty sure it's France. Yeah, France or maybe Italy. I don't know. It looks very Tuscan. So probably south of France or something like that. They're going to have something like that. And that's going to be awesome. I cannot wait for this map. It looks dope as fuck. And I think you should release another map. Maybe in August sometime. Because this is a long, really, really long chapter. And I'm really excited for it. Because this is... Last chapter and this chapter are really the first chapter where we see Battlefield at its strongest. Okay? Because last chapter we finally got Mercury, which is a really, really dope map. Okay? Maybe that map will take place in, like, Bulgaria or some shit. I don't fucking know. But we got Mercury, which takes place in Greece. Really, really cool map. We're definitely going to get a grand operation because, look, they have 2 maps now that probably take place in the Balkan region. Not the Balkan region, or the fucking southern Europe, whatever fucking region that is. They already have 2 maps taking place there, and I think that's fantastic. So they're probably going to have a new grand operation there, which is going to be sick. And probably they're going to add another map, maybe. I don't know. I just know that they really have to come with the content a lot, full speed ahead from this point on. Because you got to please people, okay? You really, really got to please people. And you got to fix these bugs ASAP, okay? I'm glad that we're finally getting maps, but there's some problems. The bugs are a big fucking issue, man. They're a big, big problem. Really big problem, okay? And I know they give Battlefield 5 a lot of shit sometimes, and I do praise it, and there's things I like and I love. Like, I do like the new roadmap. I like that the game is finally going somewhere, and it's just the same shit every single time. Because this game at launch was so lacking in content compared to its predecessor. It wasn't even a competition at the point. Like, I remember I played it for about a month. I unlocked all the rewards in chapter 1, and I was like, dude, this is fucking boring. Alright, they released a shit map in Panzerstorm. Panzerstorm is garbage. I'm sorry, that map sucks. It is the worst map in the game. The worst map in the game. Especially for me, because I'm a Breakthrough player, and I hate it because there's so many goddamn tanks, and Breakthrough isn't like Conquest. So if there's like fucking 10 tanks in one area, I get it, it's historical accurate to the battle that took place in. But, dude, it just fucks up the flow of gameplay because there's 50 goddamn tanks, and if the German team gets momentum, you're fucked, alright? Because there's so many goddamn tanks. It's just like Aerodome, because it's a little bit more fair than Aerodome, because Aerodome, the German team doesn't get any tank spawns till the fucking second to last sector. So that's bullshit, alright? Yes, you gotta be fair, bro. You gotta be fair. If the fucking British team gets 50 fucking tank spawns, because I've played Aerodome, and there's been scenarios where the British team has had 6 goddamn tanks to our none. And that's bullshit. And it's just not fun if you're the British team, because you fucking steamroll them. I've steamrolled through Aerodome in maybe 10 minutes. Alright? And that's a big-ass map. That is a big fucking map. I have steamrolled through it. Fuck Aerodome. And another thing I hate about Aerodome, there's no goddamn cover. I think the problem with these desert maps is they need to add some kind of cover. Maybe you should be able to build a trench line from A flag to B flag in the first sector, because it's really annoying. If you have to run past that street, you're going to die. 110% you're going to fucking die unless you go all around. So I think it'd be more realistic for you to build a trench line between there, or like build a fucking minefield on the fucking thing on the road just to stop the tanks from coming. I think that would be a lot better. And maybe they should give you a little bit more time to set up defenses. Maybe. on certain maps like Panzerstorm and Aerodome. Because Panzerstorm is a whole different problem, man. Whole different problem. There's two problems. For me, I don't really like going to vehicles. I'm not really a vehicle player. I like playing infantry. So the big problem for me is, if they fucking have 50 tanks, I'm going to get shitted on because I'm an infantry person. Alright? And it's also a big problem if you're infantry because it takes 5 to 10 years to get up to fight people. It's fucking annoying. Only the second sector is really fun to play on. The rest of the map is ass because you have to run so far between point A and point B that you're just a sitting duck. Not only for tanks, but for snipers, LMGs, or any fucking soul in the area. It's a big problem, alright? I don't like how there's no cover. Because here's the thing about Breakthrough. Conquest, I don't care how many tanks you fucking want. Because your forces are very spread out. Alright? You can have forces on this end, forces on that end, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. But now in Breakthrough, it's such a confined area that if you have 5 tanks in one area, it's just be fucking chaos. Alright? Like, it just will be chaos. And I understand that's very realistic to war, because war is chaos. But at the same time, dude, like, as a gamer, like, that's just... There's too much shit going on. It's crazy, and you can't process it. You're getting shot from 90 different parts. And I really only experienced that on Aerodome and Panzerstorm. Both of those maps flow like shit. So they really, really need to fucking fix those maps. Add more cover on Aerodome and add an easier and add less vehicles for Breakthrough on Panzerstorm. Maybe like two each, 3 each. Or add it by sector. The larger sectors obviously can have more tanks than the smaller sectors. Because Sector 1 is tiny. And I've seen 4 tanks on each side. And it's just chaos. It is fucking chaos. I hate it. I have actually not been able to play a game on the new desert map for Breakthrough. I've played Squad Conquest on it once. And let me know, is it just a Conquest map? Because it says you can play it on Breakthrough as well. I've just never gotten it. And that's very, very strange. I might try to play it again, and I'm recording this before I get gameplay, so maybe I'll try to fix that, but I don't know. I think that map looks beautiful. But anyways, guys, what do you think is the biggest problem about Battlefield 5? Let me know in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And with that all being said, this is your boy Cameron. Thank you all for watching. I am out.